This is a space of tenderness, of poetry, of feeling. A place where you're invited to simply be. Rest with me. Let these words flow like warm tea through your soul. Let the stories hold you in a gentle embrace. Welcome to Joanieedoe's Heart Space Tea Place. Hi, beautiful heart. Welcome to the tea place of my heart. I'm Joanieedoe. This is a place of compassion where I share my stories and feelings with you in the form of poetry. Allow the space to carry the weight of your existence. Rest with a cup of tea with my soft words as your cushion. In this episode, I'm sharing with you a collection of heartfelt poems and personal stories centered on the feeling of home. Not merely as a physical place, but as a sacred return to love, to stillness, and to the experience of being fully seen and held. My life is complete whenever I return to the inner sacred home, the inner stillness. I am on my journey of deepening my connection with my home, a place synonymous with unconditional love and trust. It is a place where we are accepted fully without conditions, where we are seen and heard completely. You know the feeling? The magical moment when two beings contain each other in their eyes, experiencing one another exactly as they are, turning everything internal and external golden, sending a divine wave of love rippling through the universe, turning our nervous system back into a peace system, reprogramming ourselves back to love. Here is this magical moment where Mary Jean Chen felt at home, captured in her poem titled 16. 16 by Mary Jean Chen. Home, my therapist suggests, is where you don't have to explain yourself. Where is that place? Perhaps here is home, in the lone poem of our lives, where she offers me a cup of freshly brewed oolong tea, and I move to the scent of something bittersweet, where our thoughts spill over as I adore the warmth of your voice, where the afternoon light is so kind and the corgi lies fast asleep on our feet, where I begin to speak and you hear me unequivocally. Being heard unequivocally, without any doubt, without needing to explain oneself. That is often enough for one to feel deeply loved. Listening is powerful in every situation, in every relationship, personal, interpersonal, parenting, schooling, work, medicine. Most importantly, in our relationship with ourselves. Listening with all my heart and acceptance is how I love life. Just listening, not doing a thing. It is the most loving way I can be. Listening is not just listening. In fact, we don't need the word just here. Listening when I am unattached to any part of myself, not my wounds, not my pride, not my ego, not my mind needing to exist, not my judgment tempted to question. When this pure listening is so freeing, without limitation or condition, without needing anything to change, without wanting any parts to be different, without wishing any pieces to make any sense for anyone. Listening alone is powerful, full of love, and totally transformative in the most mysterious, therefore juicy, soulful way. I feel received, held, loved, accepted, embraced by the sweetest, motherly heart of the universe and my pure loving self. When every atom of mine feels accepted, I feel safe with me and the world. I feel at peace. I feel at home. I absolutely love these words from Carl Rogers, the humanistic psychologist who saw the soul's need to be deeply heard. When someone really hears you without passing judgment on you, without trying to take responsibility for you, without trying to mold you, it feels damn good. When I have been listened to and when I have been heard, I am able to re-perceive my world in a new way and to go on. It is astonishing how elements which seem insoluble become soluble when someone listens, how confusions which seem irremediable turn into relatively clear flowing streams when one is heard. Our conscious streams flow clearly, resonating in perfect harmony with the collective when we are heard, without the complexity of mind's interference, when we are witness into wholeness, the kind of listening that allows the perfect and natural weaving of our soul, the kind we called home. And here is my experience when I was blessed with unconditional love and heart listening. She melts away my body and perceives the vibration of my heart so completely. Being totally seen by her wisdom and love is so deeply transformative and feels deeply at home. I am only standing naked in front of her, but not only does she see me, my skin and muscles, my skeletons, melts away. She perceives the vibration from the core of my heart with precision. That is how close she is to me. It is how naked I am for her. I am intoxicated with love. It is how I give my heart to her. It was a both very visceral and very energetic experience. And okay, here's a very intimate piece of story I have. As you could probably have guessed, if you have listened to my previous episodes, I was referring to my Spring Sun Mica in my writing. And here's more that I wrote about us regarding home. The backstory is, I remember a lot of feelings of the future. My soul is blessed to incarnate with the memory in the form of feelings. Feelings of what it feels like to communicate with feelings and frequencies without language or making sounds. And I feel like I'm on a vacation. This life on earth is my vacation. Perhaps I'm here to eat some seafood. I still need to eat soy sauce crab. I haven't had it before, so I'm still very motivated to live. There's still so much earth to love through living and taste suffering. For if there is no suffering, my physical form can die now. And remember how precious it is to not have to use words to communicate half-truths, and instead receive the frequencies of truth and feelings from each other. I'm here to experience that with Mica and many, many souls and hearts. Mica said to me, I'm your vacation within your vacation. I'm your home. Because you get homesick while you're on your vacation. Kahlil Gibran's The Prophet is a beloved book of poetic teachings, offered as parting words from a wise soul to the people he has lived among. Each chapter is a meditation on the theme of life: love, joy, sorrow, work, marriage, and more. One chapter speaks of houses, and when I read it, I feel it reaches far beyond the walls we live in. I hear reflections on the homes we build within, around our hearts, our longing, and our dreams. Here are some of those words. May they stir something ancient and free within you. And tell me, people of Orpheus, what have you in these houses? And what is it you guard with fastened doors? Have you peace, the quiet urge that reveals your power? Have you remembrances, the glimmering arches that span the summits of the mind? Have you beauty that leads the heart from things fashioned of wood and stone to the holy mountain? Tell me, have you these in your houses? Do you, like the prophet said, Fold your wings that you may pass through doors, or bend your heads that they strike not against a ceiling, or fear to breathe lest walls should crack and fall down. What are we guarding behind the fastened doors of our heart? What do we hold inside our inner houses? Life is a journey to arrive at the home within, to have unconditional loving, trusting listening to the music you produce in every eternal moment, to feel safe wherever you are because you know the depths of love yourself and the universe have for you. In the book Love Poems from God, the author Daniel Ladinsky gathered the crystallizations of multiple poets' journey to love. And here is one of them, the journey of Meister Eckhart. When I Was the Forest by Meister Eckhart, and translated by Daniel Ladinsky. When I was the stream, when I was the forest, when I was still the field, when I was every hoof, foot, fin, and wing, when I was the sky itself. No one ever asked me, did I have a purpose? No one ever wondered, was there anything I might need? For there is nothing that I could not love. It was when I left all we once were that the agony began. The fear and questions came, and I wept, and tears I had never known before. So I returned to the river, I returned to the mountains. I asked for their hand in marriage again. I begged to wed every object and creature. And when they accepted, God was ever present in my arms, and He did not say, "Where have you been?" For then I knew my soul, every soul, has always held Him. Home, the wholeness within. It has always been, it always is, and always will be, here inside each of us, loving every eternal moment of now. I will close the circle with a poem of my own, a prayer to my inner cathedral, the void, the stillness. Home is where we are fully received and fully accepted, where every atom and all the spaces in between that makes up our existence are fully blessed, where every vibration we create and the frequency representing each of us are fully owned and received as the music of life. When you realized you are not qualified to determine where you start and where I end, and realized you are always part of the whole and perfect as an individual. And to be truly home, you will have to expand your heart and love the wholeness of life. Home is not a destination. It is a remembering, a daily act of saying yes to the fullness of your being and to the sacred music you create just by existing. Have you rested in your inner home lately? I hope your journey inward is gentle, magical, and full of grace. Give yourself a warm hug. Thank you for resting at my Heart Space Tea Place today. You can find a link to my poem on my website in the description. Thank you for being here. See you on the next page of our journey.